Welcome to Crime Scene Investigation Los Santos. My name is Kasper Hansen. Tonight, we are investigating the flood of scammers that has broken the trust and confidence of Los Santos. Every day, many people experience the malicious intent of a selected few who commit the dishonorable crime of scamming. Don't know what I'm talking about? Let me explain. Hey friend, want to buy this ridiculously expensive car for an absurdly cheap price? Hell yeah I do. Perfect. Just give me the money and the supercar is yours. Here you go. Ha ha ha! See you, loser! Oh no, I've been scammed! This utterly disgusting crime has left many citizens with a deep wound. A wound of distrust. And one which is not easily healed. I once more ventured on the streets of Los Santos in order to find citizens who have been a victim of this crime.
So pretty much some guy was selling a 1G in Sandy for 100k. So I'm like, I called him up. I was like, yo, let's do this, for 100k. Back in the time, for a 1G it was a really good price, very cheap. I could easily flip it. So I went down to him and I spoke with him. He's like, let's do it at the bank, do a contract. So both of us is gonna be safe. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So we did the contract and everything. I handed him the money. He just took the money and he just drove off in a drag.
I was cruising down both high-end markets, first one in Toledo and then the next one by the beach. I was gonna go buy an LT for custom. Turns out no high-ends had any for sale. So I met a guy who said he had a buddy selling his. He brought him down to high-end, we agreed on a price, came to bank, wrote up a contract. Then later gave the money to his friend and drove off with me in the car still. And he kidnapped me from the bank, brought me to the dam by Mirror Park, and torn up the contracts.
So I was over at the bank maybe a month ago when I tried to buy an illegal firearm, which you should never do. And he took me down an alleyway and took $10,000 from me.
Okay. Did you report this scam to the police?
No, I didn't, because I was in fear of being incriminated as well.
No.
Why not?
So far with my latest encounters with the police, they don't really seem like help to me at least, so if I figured out reporting them, I felt like I wouldn't have got help at all.
I have not. I didn't think about it, but I don't think the police would not do anything, to be honest with you.
I then once more met with the police. I asked them what they intended to do to stop the faithful citizens of Los Santos from being scammed. In a written statement to Weasel News, the police stated the following. While it is sad that we live in a world where we cannot trust one another, that's just the way it is. It is important to remember that scams only work because there are people who fail to question others' intentions. We have made our best efforts to publicize as much information as we can in order to help the public make better decisions. When we do have the evidence we need, we have a high success rate, as is evident by the several examples where we have returned hundreds of thousands of dollars to victims. The reason we have such a high rejection rate from fraud reports is that there simply isn't enough evidence to place charges. What we often see in crime reports about fraud is the victim being skeptical of the deal, but going through with it anyway. The best advice I can give to the public, and the easiest thing you can do, is to trust your own gut feeling. The LSPD has listed the 3 most common tricks used by unworthy and dishonorable criminals to scam the trusting citizens of Los Santos. Trick number 1. CCTV safety. A camera will not save you from a scam. More often than not, the footage cannot be used to solve the crime. Thus, the LSPD advises to always make the deal through a trusted dealer, at either high end or low end. You may have to pay the sales tax, but it will ensure that you're not scammed. Trick number 2. Meeting halfway. While this option may seem like a good one, the scammer does not intend to hand you over his items anyway, and will just drive off with the money that he got. Once more, the LSPD advises to make the deal through a trusted dealer, at either high end or low end. That is the safest option. Trick number 3, the payment scam. The scammer sets up a payment plan and hands you the key to the house. He then receives the money from you, but later he changes the locks and rendering your key useless. If you are attempting to buy or rent a property, set up a contract with payment details and signatures of both parties. Remember to keep the original, as a copy can be voided by the seller and your money won't be returned. If you have been scammed and want to tell your story, please submit your story on the show's Life Invader page. If you want to be anonymous, please contact me privately on the email address connected to the show. Make sure to like our page on Life Invader, as well as take part in the discussion. Remember, if you're trying to buy something and it seems too good to be true, it probably isn't true. Thank you for watching.